Hello everybody, I'm Basil Gold and welcome back to another episode of Awareness, the show that exposes it all. Today's show is coming to you live from Sabrina Fair, and we have three guests on the show. We have the world's foremost authority on hemp. That's it, marijuana. And we also have an esthetician who specializes in holistic skincare, show you how to keep your skin young and youthful. And then for those of you whose skin is already old up like mine, we have Dr. Scheibner, the world's foremost authority on laser treatment, where this side of your face becomes younger from that side if she only were to work on one side, which we are going to do live on camera. We are going to make this side of my face 20 years younger in front of your eyes. Right now, I want to show you skincare. I showed it to viewers. They did not believe it, how the skin absorbs chlorine. We're going to go through to the kitchen. I'm going to show you something you have never seen before. We'll be back right after this. Don't move.
I'm not a fan of Two Live Crew. I'm not a member of the Communist Party. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a conservative. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm not a member of the John Birch Society or the Audubon Society. I'm just an American. And as an American, I oppose government censorship in all its forms, in all places.
Okay, folks, now we're in the shower or in the kitchen, wherever, bathroom. The water that you shower in daily. Have a look at this. You're not going to believe it. Other viewers who saw this show before could not believe it, so watch carefully. We take water from the tap. 1, 2 glasses of water. And we're going to show you how the skin absorbs all the chlorine in the water. And chlorine, we know, gives cancer. It's banned in England, France. In fact, when the French team, swimming team, Olympics, they refused to swim in America. They said the Americans are crazy. Swimming chlorine, chlorinated water, it gives cancer. We know that. Would you please, Toby, come in here, put your fingers in this glass. Now Toby's in the shower, right? Like you do every day. A shower takes 5 to 8 gallons a minute. 10 minutes in the shower, 80 gallons. How much chlorine have you absorbed? I'll show you. Just look at this. She's absorbing the chlorine. She's in the shower. Is there chlorine? This is orthotolidine, OTO. The swimming pool man uses it. As it hits, it starts turning yellow. Now we'll ask the cameraman to come in really tight on that, and you can see the water has gone yellow. Now this is not yellow. This just shows how much chlorine is in the water. Oh my God, this is Beverly Hills, and that's how bad the water is. Have a look. There's the swimming pool man's test kit. In the middle of that bar, if the cameraman's really tight on there, you'll see it is what is ideal for swimming pools. If it gets very yellow, like the top of the bar, then obviously you can't swim for a couple of days. Your mom tells you can't swim, or the swimming pool man tells don't swim. Just get rid of the chlorine. It'll kill you. They know it. That's why there's a limit. Now this is what you drink in, some of you, what you're washing your dishes in, you got your hands in, and you're showering in this. Oh my God, you got to get filters. The Water Quality Association says that you need to get water filters on your shower immediately. Phone them, ask for it. Now, she's been in the water and she's had her shower. And we put a couple of drops in, and you notice the second the drops hit the glass, it turned yellow. Now, this must do the same. It's the same tap water, right? Let's have a look. I don't see no yellow spots. It hasn't turned yellow. Where's the chlorine gone, folks? Do you know where it's gone?
Oh my gosh, it's gone on my fingers.
I didn't want to tell you before. I don't want you to see. Yes, because you were not a believer in this. That's where the chlorine's gone. Don't shower, get a filter, don't lay in the bathtub ever. Okay? We'll be right back. Okay, folks, now I would like to introduce you to Mr. Jack Herer, who is the author of The Emperor Wears No Clothes. Millions of people have read this book. In fact, one of the categorical things on this book is Mr. Herer offers a $30,000 challenge to anyone who could prove anything he says now to be wrong, and it's right there on the book. Also the book from Germany, on hemp, the most read book in Germany on hemp throughout Europe, by Mr. Jack Herer. Jack, thank you so much for coming down. I know that you lecture all around the world, and You came in today. We've been looking for him for a year.
Well,
So enjoy what he has to tell you. Listen carefully.
I teach about hemp what we should have learned in school. That hemp was virtually every drop of paper in America and on the whole earth until this century. About 90% of all paper was made from hemp. Sales, all sales. Canvas is the Dutch pronunciation of cannabis. Canvas sales were cannabis sales. Canvas-covered wagons were only marijuana-covered wagons. The ropes, the flags, the books, the Bibles, the first American flag that Betsy Ross made was made from hemp. The Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights were first drafted on hemp before the 14 copies were made on animal skin, and then they were put back on all the millions of copies after that were made on hemp for the next 120 years. Nobody knows this information. They've taken it out of our school. All the paper, all the fiber, all the cloth, ropes, drapes, curtains, diapers, sheets, everything you can think of was made from hemp. It is the softest cloth on earth. It is the strongest cloth on earth. It is the best cloth on earth, the longest lasting cloth on earth.
And the rope?
And the ropes, oh yes. And ropes were the finest made from hemp. Hemp was totally forgotten, taken out of our education about 70 years ago, so that we grew up, not one of us knew that 80 to 90% of everything on this planet for the last 9,000 years was marijuana. Not one person out there probably knows this information, and you should want to know why your government took it out. It is the #1 paper fiber fuel on the whole planet, and always was. And the softest and the best and the strongest and the longest last, and one that can grow forever and never hurt the earth, only makes the earth richer for having grown there. And not a word to us, all these years in school, not a word to us that we even knew this information. And for this, some 10 million Americans have gone to prison for nothing. For absolutely nothing. Without this knowledge, they've gone and have to serve time, some of them 20 and 25, 30 years for doing absolutely nothing. People live longer that smoke marijuana than people that don't do any drugs at all. And you live 8 to 24 years longer than people that use alcohol and tobacco. You got to be out of your mind not to smoke pot.
Well, we're not going to get into the smoking of hemp. Today we're talking about strictly the other uses, and there are thousands of uses. I wanted to ask you, who made it illegal and why?
It was made illegal ostensibly because blacks and Mexicans, when they would smoke it, would break the old Jim Crow laws. They would actually step on a white person's shadow.
And so who made it illegal then?
Well, the government, they said, hey, you can't have blacks and Mexicans walking around looking white people right in the eye for 3 or more seconds. Under the Jim Crow laws, to look in a white person's eye for more than 3 seconds was jail time. Right then, take down the Justice Beats,
Jack,
put in jail.
surely there was more. Surely
no, there was the oil companies. There was the oil companies. DuPont definitely needed to make it illegal. Nylon was billed, the brand new invention in 1937, the same year that hemp came out, was billed as synthetic hemp. We don't need hemp anymore. We've got a good all-American hemp that nobody can get any type of high from. We call it nylon. In fact, nylon is an anagram of the word linen, if you take it apart and pull it back together.
I have heard that the DuPonts, the Gettys, the people who had the plantations in the oil fields saying, we don't want hemp because they were paying the president's elections and all that, and so they won out.
They won out.
And the people lost.
But the people didn't.
Who were growing the hemp, they lost out.
Yes.
And the big DuPonts and Gettys now are getting the money from cutting down their trees and.
But the people didn't lose it because just of the nylon. They lost it because blacks and Mexicans would step on their shadows. That's what the people were taught to believe. What the politicians did was outlaw the #1 plant, the #1 paper, fiber, and fuel source. There's no reason to ever cut down trees.
Oh,
There's no reason.